The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that the show's been playing up the whole mother, daughter idea more than ever lately, at least when it comes to Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, wasn't happy when Steffi and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, started complaining about Hope being just like her mom. As far as Ridge is concerned, that isn't a bad thing since he loves Brooke and thinks she has plenty of good qualities. However, Steffi was quick to remind Ridge about Brooke's problematic past. Taylor and Steffi feel like Hope is following in Brooke's footsteps, but perhaps Brooke herself could cause more drama soon. Will Brooke revert to her troublemaker roots now that Steffi and Taylor are badmouthing her so much? B&B might be setting the stage for Taylor and Steffi to be proven right about who Brooke is as a person. Ridge recently defended Hope a bit and suggested maybe she made a forgivable mistake when she kissed John Finnegan Tanner Novlin. Will Ridge still be so forgiving if Brooke's forbidden kiss is next? What if Brooke pounces on another man in the coming weeks and puts her relationship with Ridge in jeopardy? If Brooke follows her old pattern and ends up locking lips with Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, or even someone else, that could force Ridge to reevaluate things. That could also give Ridge the push he needs to move back in Taylor's direction romantically. There's always going to be a strong bond between Taylor and Ridge anyway, so Brooke's betrayal would be a huge reason for Ridge to turn back to his ex. Whatever the case, there's certainly been a lot of talk on the show about Brooke setting a poor example for her daughter. Will Brooke get back to behaving badly herself in the coming months? If so, it'll be interesting to see if Brooke might make a move on a former flame or someone new. Either way, Brooke might put her lips where they don't belong and leave Ridge furious at some point. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Brooke could make some fresh mistakes of her own, so stick with us for predictions on her relationship drama and updates on any shocking news ahead. CDL's where you want to be for fantastic Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your top B&B source. The world of the Bold and the Beautiful B&B is always full of shocking twists, forbidden romances, and complicated love triangles, and it seems like things are heating up once again for Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and her tumultuous relationship with Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye. Recently, the show has been drawing interesting parallels between Brooke and her daughter, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, exploring the idea that Hope might be following in her mother's footsteps when it comes to making questionable choices in love. But could Brooke herself be about to revert to her old troublemaking ways, pushing Ridge and their relationship to the brink? As Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McSinswood, and Taylor Hayes, now played by Rebecca Budig, continue to cast doubt on Brooke's character, suggesting that Hope is becoming more like her mom, viewers are wondering whether history will indeed repeat itself. Could Brooke's own actions once again lead to heartbreak, scandal, and possibly a forbidden kiss that risks her future with Ridge? And if so, would Ridge be able to forgive her? In this 5,000-word exploration, we'll dive deep into the potential fallout of Brooke's looming mistakes, what it could mean for her relationship with Ridge, and how the other characters might react to another round of betrayal and drama. Before we dive into what's ahead for Brooke, it's important to look back at her complicated history, especially in her relationships with Ridge, Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, and others. Brooke's romantic entanglements have long been the center of many of B&B's most dramatic storylines, particularly when it comes to her involvement with Ridge. From affairs to misunderstandings to secret kisses, Brooke has a well-established history of making impulsive decisions that have repeatedly put her relationships at risk. This time, the seeds of conflict have been planted through an unexpected source, her daughter, Hope. Hope recently shared a forbidden kiss with John Finnegan Tanner Novlin, sparking outrage from Steffi, Finn's wife, and creating tension within the Forrester family. Though Hope later admitted her mistake, the storyline has reignited a lingering question. Is Hope doomed to follow in her mother's footsteps, or is she truly her own person? Steffi and Taylor, of course, have made it no secret that they see Hope as Brooke 2.0. They've painted Brooke as a woman with a long history of betraying those closest to her, and they're warning that Hope is headed down the same path. Ridge, for his part, has largely defended both Hope and Brooke, at least up to this point. But the question remains, how much longer will Ridge be able to stand by Brooke if she makes yet another mistake? Recently, Ridge has shown a surprising amount of compassion toward Hope, suggesting that perhaps her kiss with Finn was a forgivable mistake. After all, Ridge has always had a soft spot for Hope, and he's never seen her in quite the same light as her mother. But will Ridge be just as forgiving if Brooke steps out of line again? Brooke and Ridge's relationship has already endured more than its fair share of turmoil. From Ridge's ongoing connection to Taylor to Brooke's many romantic entanglements with other men, their love story has been marked by constant ups and downs. Ridge's deep love for Brooke has allowed him to forgive her many times before, but as tensions rise once again, viewers are left wondering if there's a limit to how much Ridge can take. There's a possibility that Brooke's next indiscretion, whether it's a kiss or something more, could be the final straw for Ridge. With Steffi and Taylor already in his ear about Brooke's poor influence on Hope, Ridge may not be as quick to forgive if Brooke betrays him again. If Brooke is indeed heading for a scandalous kiss in the near future, the next question is, who could the lucky or unlucky man be? Several potential candidates come to mind, each of whom has a complex history with Brooke and could easily be drawn back into her orbit. Deacon Sharp, Hope's father, has always been a wild card in Brooke's life. Their past affair, which resulted in Hope's birth, is still a sore spot for many of the characters on B&B, particularly Ridge. Despite their tumultuous history, Brooke and Deacon have remained connected, largely because of their shared love for Hope. But with Deacon still very much a part of Brooke's world, there's always the possibility that old feelings could resurface. A forbidden kiss between Brooke and Deacon would undoubtedly send shockwaves through the Forrester family, particularly given the current tension surrounding Hope and Finn. If Brooke were to rekindle her romance with Deacon, even in a small way, it could drive an even bigger wedge between her and Ridge. Another possibility is Bill Spencer, who has a long and complicated history with Brooke. Bill and Brooke have been on again, off again for years, and their chemistry is undeniable. Despite Bill's involvement with Katie Logan, Heather Tom, Brooke's sister, there's always been an underlying tension between Brooke and Bill, and it wouldn't take much for that spark to reignite. If Brooke were to kiss Bill, it could create even more drama, especially with Katie in the mix. Not only would Ridge feel betrayed, but Katie would also be devastated by the thought of her sister and ex-husband getting close again. While it's tempting to think that Brooke's next kiss will be with a familiar face, there's also the possibility that the show could introduce a new character into Brooke's life. After all, Brooke has never been one to shy away from a new romantic opportunity, and a fresh face could add an exciting dynamic to the show. A new love interest for Brooke would certainly complicate things for Ridge, who might feel threatened by the idea of Brooke moving on with someone else. It could also provide a new direction for Brooke's character, potentially setting her up for a future storyline that explores her independence and desire for love outside of the familiar confines of the Forrester family. If Brooke does indeed make a mistake and kiss another man, it would be a major vindication for Taylor and Steffi, who have been warning Ridge that Brooke can't be trusted. Steffi and Taylor have been vocal about their concerns that Brooke's influence on Hope has been negative, and they've repeatedly pointed out Brooke's history of betrayal. If Brooke betrays Ridge, it could give Taylor and Steffi the ammunition they need to push Ridge back toward Taylor. Ridge and Taylor have always had a deep connection, and Brooke's betrayal could be the catalyst that finally brings them back together. Of course, Brooke isn't one to back down easily. If she does make a mistake and kiss someone else, she'll likely go to great lengths to win Ridge back. But will it be enough this time? Ridge has forgiven Brooke before, but as their relationship continues to be tested, the question remains whether he'll be willing to forgive her once more. Brooke's potential downfall could also serve as an opportunity for her to reflect on her actions and grow as a character. Perhaps this time, instead of repeating her old mistakes, Brooke will take a step back and work on herself, focusing on her own happiness and fulfillment rather than always relying on a man to define her worth. If Brooke's kiss does lead to a major scandal, the fallout will likely ripple through the entire Bold and the Beautiful cast. Ridge will have to decide whether he can forgive Brooke once again, while Taylor and Steffi will likely seize the opportunity to push him toward a future with Taylor. Meanwhile, characters like Deacon, Bill, and even Katie could find themselves caught in the crossfire. The impact on Hope's storyline could also be significant. If Brooke betrays Ridge, it could reinforce Steffi and Taylor's claims that Hope is destined to follow in her mother's footsteps. Hope might find herself struggling with her own romantic choices, wondering whether she's truly doomed to repeat Brooke's mistakes. As the Bold and the Beautiful continues to explore the complex dynamics between Brooke, Ridge, and the other characters, one thing is certain: drama is never far behind. Whether Brooke's next move is a forbidden kiss or something even more scandalous, it's clear that her relationship with Ridge is on shaky ground. For fans of the show, the question remains whether Brooke will be able to avoid repeating her past mistakes, or if she's destined to fall into old patterns. And if she does make a mistake, will Ridge be able to forgive her? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure: the next few months are sure to be filled with plenty of twists, turns, and shocking revelations. Stay tuned to The Bold and the Beautiful for all the latest spoilers, predictions, and updates as Brooke's storyline unfolds.